Hello students, myself Professor Dipali Jain and I am working as Assistant Professor in Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry in Kegewa College of Pharmacy, Nasik.
Hello students, today we perform the synthesis of phenytoin by using microwave assisted reaction.
So students, before starting the actual practical of synthesis of phenytoin by using microwave chemical reaction, firstly we understand the microwave chemical synthesis, its introductory part and its theory. So first part is introduction. Microwave chemical synthesis has become a method of choice for chemists throughout so many industries. It is a technology which allows the synthesis to be done faster and cleaner with reduced solvent. This microwave chemical reaction or synthesis is also known as green chemistry. It is a consumption as a greener process. What is meant by microwave chemistry? It is the science of applying microwave radiation to the chemical reaction. Chemical reactions involve there is the preparation of desired compound and uh, from available starting material via using different procedure which involve the main is microwave irradiation. The microwave region of the electromagnetic spectrum lies between infrared and radio frequency which is corresponding to the wavelength of 1 centimeter to 1 meter, that is frequency involved up from 30 Gauss to 300 Gauss. This is the introduction of microwave chemical synthesis. The microwave irradiation, that is electromagnetic spectrum, involve gamma rays, X-rays, UV, visible, infrared, microwave, television, AM radio, long radio waves. These waves are available, but in microwave assisted synthesis, we use irradiation from infrared to radio frequency radiation. This is the instrument which is used for the microwave assisted reaction. This microwave oven is used for the synthesis purpose. Another microwave oven is also available which is used for domestic purpose. But in industry and in laboratory level we use this microwave oven for our synthesis, and these are the test tube where we pour our mixture or chemical mixture for the which is used for the synthesis. Next one is the mechanism involving microwave assisted synthesis. It is two types, dipolar polarization and ionic conduction. When microwave radiation passes through the compound or chemical reaction, it produces two types of mechanism. So we see first is dipolar polarization, which involve loss tangent, that is energy dissipation a factor, which include a measure of the ability to absorb the microwave energy and convert it into thermal energy. So, dipolar polarization involve loss tangent, means it is the measurement of the ability to absorb the microwave energy and then it convert into the thermal energy, that is heat. It is derived from Maxwell's equation which involve the tan delta, means dissipation factor, is equal to loss factor divided by dielectric constant. Reaction medium with high tan delta value produces efficient absorption by which there is the rapid heating occur. This is the dipolar polarization mechanism of microwave assisted reaction. Next one is ionic conduction. This mechanism involves because of the translation motion of electric charges when an electric field is applied, ions causes increase in collision rate and convert kinetic energy to the heat. So, how it is a microwave irradiation act? When there is the electric charges applied, there is the ion causes increase in collision rate and convert kinetic energy to the heat. According to Arrhenius equation, K means kinetic energy is equal to A into E raised to minus EA divided by RT means retention time. Rule of thumb involve for every 10 degrees Celsius increase in temperature, the rate of reaction becomes twice. So ionic conduction mechanism involve increasing temperature, decreasing the reaction time. You will see on slide, if there is a temperature of 18 degrees Celsius, it required maximum 8 hours for the synthesis purpose. If we increase in temperature by 90 degrees Celsius, it required 4 hours for synthesis. If, uh, Step by step, if we increasing in the temperature, there is the decreasing in the time rate. For example, if we increase in temperature about 160 degrees Celsius, we required only 2 minutes for our synthesis. So ionic conduction mechanism involve increasing temperature, decreasing the reaction rate, which follow the rule of thumb. Next one is microwave heating and conventional heating. So microwave heating can be divided into two kinds, that is thermal effect and non-thermal effect. Means microwave heating produces two effects, thermal effect and non-thermal effect. Thermal effect causes because of different temperature regime which can be created due to microwave dielectric heating. When the microwave heating is produces, there is the different temperature regime form, and non-thermal effect caused because of effect of specifically inherent to the microwaves, and it is not because of different temperature regime. So there is the difference between thermal effect and non-thermal effect. Thermal effect caused because of different temperature, and non-thermal effect because of effect of specifically inherent to the microwaves. It is not cause of different temperature design. This is the microwave heating which produces thermal and non-thermal effect. So next is the difference between conventional heating and microwave heating. In case of conventional heating, the heat gradient is from the heating device to the medium, and the heat transfer depends on thermal conductivity, on the temperature difference across the material, and on convection currents. Therefore, temperature increase is often rather slow, that is conventional heating. While in case of microwave heating, the heat is dissipated inside the irradiate medium, that is mass heating, and here heat is transferred from the medium to outside. Here heating is transferred to the medium, but here in microwave heating, heating is transferred from medium to outside. Due to mass heating effect, much faster temperature increase can be obtained depending upon the microwave power and loss factor of material being irradiated. This is the difference between conventional heating and microwave heating. There is the direct heating to the medium, and heat is transferred depending upon the thermal conductivity. In case of microwave heating, there is the direct heating to the medium and heat transfer from medium to the outside. Next one is the advantages of microwave synthesis. There is a number of advantages for microwave synthesis, such as it provides the benefits over conventional synthesis because it produces higher yield and minimum time requirement. It increases the reaction rate, which less uses of energy for chemical reaction. This is the second advantage. Next one is high efficiency and uniform heating throughout the reacting medium. Selectivity of chemical reaction with improved reproducibility. Next one is it reduces the reaction time with high yield and purity of the product. It reduces environmental heat loss, that is, it is eco-friendly. Next one is reduction in unwanted side reaction. Reduces the wastage of heating reaction vessels, and most common advantage is it is low operating cost. So these are the advantages of microwave assisted synthesis. Next one is the application of microwave heating. This microwave assisted reaction is applicable for number of chemistry such as in material chemistry, in catalyst preparation, in nanotechnology. We see step by step. First one is the in material chemistry, silica ceramic. It is a large volume ceramic used in industry for grinding wheels and in manufacturing of abrasion tools. So there is the microwave heating is used. Next one is in catalyst preparation, synthesis of high permeance sodium A zeolite from aluminate and silicate solution, synthesis and study of vanadium dioxide and synthesis of 1D manganese dioxide catalyst. These are done, these preparations are synthesized by using microwave assisted reaction. These also applicable in nanotechnology. Microwave heating, it is used for the fabrication of nanoscale objects so as to give the definite structures in much shorter time. Next application is it is microwave assisted reactions are also used in polymer synthesis. Faster heating rates with high quality or better yields can be attained in polymer synthesis by microwave heating. Polyacrylamide, that is PAM, it is used as a flocculating agent in wastewater treatment was studied by microwave heating. That's why this is used in polymer synthesis. It is also used in waste management. Handling of domestic and hazardous industrial waste and nuclear waste can be done by microwave heating. Microwave technology can be applied for control of CFS, methane, greenhouse gases via microwave catalysis reaction.
So students, let us see the requirements for the today's practical, which is the synthesis of phenytoin by using microwave assisted chemical reactions. So we required some chemicals and apparatus for our synthesis. Chemicals such as benzene, urea, potassium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid, and apparatus such as microwave, beaker, glass rod and funnel. Next one is principle involving in the synthesis of phenytoin. So conventional phenytoin synthesis required reflexing the reaction mixture for 19 hours. However, microwave phenytoin synthesis required only a few minutes, such as 1 to 10 minutes. Microwave assisted method is very convenient method due to enhance the reaction rates, higher yields, improve the quality, easy of workup after the reaction, and it is very eco-friendly reaction conditions compared to the conventional method. Microwave irradiated synthesis of phenytoin was carried out to get higher yield with less reaction time period as compared to the conventional method, and the yield of synthesized phenytoin by using these methods such as conventional method, there is the around 50% yield obtained by conventional method and 90% by microwave method. Reactions involving in the synthesis, when benzene reacted with urea, it produces phenytoin. Microwave heating can have certain benefits over conventional ovens such as reaction rate acceleration, milder reaction conditions, higher chemical yield and lower energy uses. Next one, we see the procedure for the synthesis. Take a mixture of 0.5 gram of benzene and 0.5 gram of urea in an open glass container. Then we add in this mixture 0.5 gram of sodium hydroxide. After that, we irradiate mixtures in a microwave oven at a power of 100 watt over a period of time, that is 1.5 minutes. Then pour this hot mixture into the ice water and filter it. After filtration, acidify by using concentrated hydrochloric acid. Then again filter it and filter the precipitate of 5,5-diphenylhydantoin means phenytoin. Then dry it and recrystallize by using ethanol. Melting point of this product is 295 to 296 degrees Celsius. Students, now let us start the actual practical of synthesis of phenytoin by using microwave assisted reaction. So for this reaction or for this synthesis, our requirements are chemicals and glassware. First, sodium hydroxide, urea, benzene, tenphenone, beaker, spatula, glass rod and microwave, which is a domestic purpose microwave. Okay. Now we start the actual procedure for the synthesis. Here I am already weighing the chemicals which is required. 0.5 gram of sodium hydroxide, 0.5 gram of urea and 0.5 gram of benzene. Now we taken these chemicals into the beaker. Now this chemical mixture is placed into the microwave. We adjust the here timer for 1.5 to 2 minutes and at medium low temperature. Okay. Okay. After beeping the microwave oven, it indicates the time is up for the reaction. Now we open the door and remove our beaker from microwave. Now you will see this is our chemical reaction. Now this solution we pour into the ice water. Now you will see the precipitates are out from the ice water solution. After the mixing, now we proceed for the filtration. Now we proceed for washing by using water. After the filtration, you see our crude product. Now we proceed for the drying by using hot air oven. So now we proceed for drying by using hot air oven. We keep our crude product in oven. After drying in hot air oven, our final product is obtained, which is white in color. Okay, now we proceed for calculation part.
So students, after completion of actual practical, let us see the calculation part. Firstly, we calculate the theoretical yield. Here, 210 gram of benzene is equivalent to 252 gram of phenytoin. So here we use 0.5 gram of benzene, which is equivalent to x gram of phenytoin. So x here we consider as a theoretical yield. So by putting this value into the formula, we can calculate the theoretical yield. So x is equal to 0.5 into 252 divided by 210. So x is equal to 0.6 gram. This is our theoretical yield. So after performing the actual practical, we can obtain practical yield, which is 0.45 gram. So putting this value into the formula, we can calculate the percentage yield. So practical yield divided by theoretical yield into 100. Here 0.45 is practical yield, which is divided into theoretical yield, that is 0.6 into 100. So here we can obtain percentage yield, that is 75%. Next is monograph of phenytoin. So there is the number of synonyms for phenytoin, such as phenytoin, 5,5-diphenylhydantoin, then diphenylhydantoin, and also known as dilantine. Molecular formula of phenytoin is C15H12N2O2. Molecular weight is 252.268 gram per mole. Molecular structure of phenytoin you can see on a screen, and melting point of phenytoin is 295 to 298 degrees Celsius. So by performing the practical, result is the percentage yield of phenytoin was found to be 75%. Now students, let us see some question bank related to this practical, which is useful for synopsis and viva voce. So first question is, explain the principle involved in the synthesis of phenytoin. Answer. Let us see the question bank related to this practical, which is useful for synopsis and viva voce. So first question is, explain the principle involved in the synthesis of phenytoin. Answer. Conventional phenytoin synthesis required refluxing the reaction mixture for 90 hours. However, microwave phenytoin synthesis required a few minutes, that is 1 to 10 minutes. Microwave irradiated synthesis of phenytoin was carried out to get higher yield with less reaction time period as compared to conventional method. The yield of synthesized phenytoin produces around 50% by using conventional method and 90% by using microwave method. Next question is, give the reaction involved in the synthesis of phenytoin. So you can see on screen, this is the reaction involved in the synthesis, that is benzene reacted with urea and produces phenytoin. Okay. Next question is, what is the mechanism involved in the synthesis of phenytoin? Answer. The first step involves the treatment of benzene derivative by thiourea in dimethyl sulfoxide in aqueous KOH, that is potassium hydroxide, under microwave activation. The resulting 2-thiohydantoin was then oxidized to the corresponding hydantoin using perhydrol in dimethylformamide in acetic acid. This is the reaction which is involved in the mechanism of phenytoin, where benzene reacted with urea produces some intermediate and undergo pinnacle rearrangement, in which 1,2-phenyl shift is occur and it produces phenytoin. Next question is, why microwave assisted method is used over conventional method of synthesis? Answer. Microwave assisted method is very convenient method due to enhanced reaction rates, higher yields, improve quality, easy of workup after the reaction, and eco-friendly reaction conditions compared to the conventional method. Next question is, draw the structures of benzene and phenytoin. Answer. This is the structure of benzene. And this is the structure of phenytoin. Next question is, give uses of phenytoin derivatives in pharmacy. Answer. Phenytoin is used to control certain types of seizures and to treat and prevent the seizures that may begin during or after surgery to the brain or nervous system. The main use of phenytoin is it is used as an anticonvulsant agent.